Okay, so this is my Wyze Robot vacuum, better known as the Dust Hunter. This is a 1 month review. Vacuum cleaner still looks good. And for those of you who don't know, I've seen other reviews of the Wyze Robot vacuum, so I figured I would do mine. Had it for about a month now. Let me go over a few things. Right up here, this right here, this is the LiDAR sensor at the top. You got basic buttons here at the front, power button, home button, which it stays on once it's on the charger. But if you want to move it, you just press the power button and it will start up. If you lift up the front cover, here is you have your dustbin and helper filter, and nice storage compartment for your cleaning tool for the dustbin. Keep you from losing it, just sits right there. And then dustbin, you just clip it out, pull right out, and there's your helper filter. It opens easily. Just flip the top down so you can throw it away. Just hold it up like this, cause here's your hole. You have it down, everything will fall out. Then it clips right back in, and you put the top back down. On the bottom, you have your rollers that adjust for hardwood floors, flat floors, tile floor, carpeting. Your roller. Here's your edge brush. Here you have a sensor, a sensor, and another sensor, which is 4 sensors on the bottom. Roller. The brush tool comes out by just clipping here. It lifts right out, and it comes out fairly easy for cleaning and goes back in easily also, and just sit right there. Now the one I bought, it was less than $200. Other ones that I've seen reviews on came with an extra roller and an extra edge brush and helper filter. This one did not, which was purchased out of Walmart. Like I said, less than $200. It just came with the one edge brush and the one roller. I did look it up on the Wyze app. You can buy a maintenance kit for $20 or $22 that has 2 extra rollers, 4 edge brushes, and helper filters, so that you can change those down the road. And the app has a timer on it for each one of them. They've ran their life expectancy, and for you to replace them. The front also has a bump bar, so if it bumps into something, it knows. So I'm doing this outside on my patio for the light, so you can actually see the Wyze Robot vacuum. And there is also a front sensor here in the front at the bump bar. In a minute here, we're going to take it back inside, start it up, and you can see it operate. Back inside, there's your Wyze Robot vacuum on its charger. And hopefully you can be able to see this, but here's the app. And right now it's in standby. So we're just gonna start it up. Since I've already used it, my downstairs is already mapped out. And there it is, all mapped out. So we're gonna do both it will separate the stuff for you, the floor, if you wanna do it. And it does have points, and I'll show you how you can do that. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and start her up. And that's all you gotta do. And the robot has started up. First thing it does every time, it figures out the edges. So it does a little circle, figure out its edges and starting point, and he's off. And as you can see on the map, it does give you an indicator on the map of its location. And right now, like I said, it's just figuring out all the edges and the area that it needs to vacuum. And there she goes. And vacuum is started. Now there's 3 settings on the vacuum. You have quiet mode, standard, and strong, which usually is strong upstairs on the carpet. Down here, the standard works just fine on the floor. And as you can see on the map, it's going back and doing the edges, verifying where the edges are. Right now, it is in my kitchen, going along the edge of the counter, and it's going to do that and reestablish where the edges are at. And once it starts vacuuming, we'll show you how the vacuuming. Okay, it finished edging around the kitchen. As you see right now, it is going back up and down, vacuuming the floor. And that's what the long lines are. And then after it does this, it'll move on. It doesn't slam anything, so it does a really good job of going around objects, like it's going around that leg. And if I was to stand in front of it, it'd actually go around me if it got up to me. And it'd get up under it. I left that door to the laundry room open. I wanted to see how it would do going around that door from the last time I ran it. And as you can see, and it just keep doing that till it gets the entire floor covered. And that's that area where it's at right now. With the LiDAR, it does a really good job of mapping out the floor. It will go underneath your furniture. And when it gets over to the living room, I'll show that some as it tries to go underneath the couch. Usually what I do for tight corners that I know it can't get into, I will pre-sweep those areas out into the floor in tight corners so that those areas will get swept, and then just let the vacuum it up. Okay, now Mr. Dust Hunter, the Wyze vacuum, is mapping out the living room again, going underneath the couch here. Mapping out around the table. And it does this every time. It determines location, finds the edges before it starts cleaning. It is vacuuming around the edges as it goes. So, it's just going and not vacuuming. It's continuing to vacuum around those edges, and then it will fill in the middle part. And it'll go down in front of the door. You can go over that little mat. There, it knows there's something in front of it. As you see, it goes right up against it to get as close as it can. Over in front of the stairs. Does a really good job of staying as close to the wall as possible. Now this is my first robot vacuum, so I really don't have anything to compare it to. I don't know how well the Roombas and all of the other ones worked compared to this, but so far after a month, I have not had any problems with it. And I usually run it, when I first got it, I was running it a few times a week just to mess with it, get used to the app. Now I run it about every Saturday and just have it go over the entire downstairs. Mainly, I have a dog, so helps me stay on top of the dog hair. And of course, on these type of floors, a lot of dust. So, okay, for the hallway here. It will actually go any place that it can get to, even right here where I have a bathroom. As long as the door is open, it will go in there and vacuum that floor. So it's doing the living room right now. And I left my shoes out on purpose. I wanted to have it go around it, see how well it does, or to just try to push them out the way. I had some people saying that earlier reviews that I had seen, they said it was kind of loud, especially if they was going to run it overnight while they were sleeping. It's not that loud to me, but I don't try to run it while I'm sleeping though either. And it will just keep going back and forth until it covers the entire area. And then at some point it's gonna go back into the bathroom and fill in the gaps from when it went in and edged the bathroom. Now if I close the door, it will skip that room altogether. It'll only go where it can get into. Down at the threshold. It's pretty good in staying on track of where it's been. Sometimes depending on where it started at is either up and down or it will go side to side to cover the area. Just see how it does around that table leg and how it does once it comes up to a pair of my shoes. And the guitar, it does not slam into things, which I like. It will, if it goes on, stays on track, and I'll show it on the map. You can see where that cable is on the map, and I vacuumed around it. And it'll go around the chair. Okay. That's the Wyze Robot vacuum. Like I said, I've been very pleased with it for the price. It does an exceptional job of vacuuming the floor, helping to maintain it. Me personally, I have no complaints about the performance after a month. And I have the light on for the video, but you don't need the light. As you can see, so you can have the lights off and turn it on, go back upstairs, and it'll do its thing, and then go back to the charger. Okay, I wanted to show you as it goes around the table, how it goes around the table. It stays up against the table as it's supposed to be. Pretty good at keeping track of where it's been. And don't worry, it will go underneath that table. You can create areas, what they call no-go zones, if you don't want the vacuum to vacuum in that area. And I will show you that on the map where I have a no-go zone actually underneath the couch. So I was just wanting to see how that no-go zone and where I could put it. And I got half of the couch on a no-go zone, and it didn't go up underneath there. So now it's doing this entryway. Okay, just wanted to show it did the entryway and came back. Now it's in the bathroom. It will even go over that piece of carpet. Turn the light on so you can see. I don't have it on strong, so it's not going really deep into the carpet. But it'll get a lot of the surface dirt and little trash. And as you see, I mean, nice vacuum lines. It did vacuum over the carpet. So now it's going back to areas. And then I've got the main floor of any areas that it might have get itself back on track. It had skipped this area, and there it goes. It's going underneath the couch and out from under, even over here. Getting underneath. Awesome. And right now you can't see it. There's a table in that back corner over there where it's actually getting underneath that. And it is underneath my couch. There it is. There's on the corner there. And it really does a really good job of getting the entire floor. And without you having to move a lot of stuff out of the way. Had a little area over here that is getting what it didn't get initially. Now on the strong setting, you will use more battery. If you have a big downstairs or big area, it may not be able to complete the entire thing on one charge on strong, but it will on its own return to the charger once it gets below 10%, and you can see it on the app. And see, now it's done. It said cleaning complete, and it is heading back to the base. It's locating the charger, which is right there up against the wall. Lines itself up. And it's going to spin around and back into it. And there you go.
Starting to charge.
And it's charging and waiting on itself. Good. All right, let's switch to the map screen and I'll show you what it did. Okay, hopefully you can see this, but there's the map. This red area up here is my no-go zone. Well, it might be a little blurry, but that's where it didn't go because I set a no-go zone, but all of the other lines, it did a really good job of mapping out the downstairs floor. Right there is the home base, the charger that is on the charger, and it completed it did 429 square feet of floor. Only down to 41% battery, and I wasn't even at 100%. I started at 85%, and it took 47 minutes. And the Wyze Robot vacuum. For the money, less than $200, it's worth it. I have no complaints. Really like the vacuum, and I'll see you next time.